Here we will demonstrate the accounts payable cycle in Stansoft, from entering an inventory receiver to entering a accounts payable invoice, making a payment of that accounts payable invoice, and finally the bank reconciliation of the payments. First, go into inventory, receive inventory, select add. Here we will enter the inventory that was received from your supplier. Search for the vendor or enter the vendor number if you know the number. Enter the receiver number, profit center, date, product number, assign a lot to it if you're using lots with your product, and the quantity, expiration date if you'd like to use that, otherwise press escape, leaving it blank. Escape again to save the receiver. Once you are billed by your supplier, you will enter the vendor's invoice in accounts payable, invoice entry, searching for the vendor, invoice number and date, enter the amount of the invoice. Once the first screen has been entered, you will be returned to the ring menu. Selecting the unit option from the ring menu will allow you to assign the receiver to this invoice. Enter the receiver number. We'll bring up the receiver that we just entered. You can change the cost if you need to. If everything is okay, hit escape. And you can assign additional receivers to this accounts payable invoice if there were multiple receivers on it. Since we only have one, we'll press escape. And you'll notice the net and the detail subtotal match. If they didn't match, it wouldn't allow you to save the invoice. Select save. So that invoice has been saved. Control C to back out of that program. Next, we will make a payment to the vendor for the invoice. We will select single payment entry, add, search for the vendor. Payment number is auto assigned, or you can enter your own number. Enter the payment date, the amount we are paying, and you can enter criteria in any of these fields or press escape. We'll select all invoices on the vendor, and that's the only unpaid invoice we have on that vendor, so that's all that came up. Press escape again and select save. Control C and exit. Now, to reconcile the bank statement, you would go into Payment Reconciliation, select Find, enter down to the cleared flag, and enter a no in there, press Escape, and that will display all vendor payments that have not cleared the bank. Selecting Change will bring you down into the list, and then you would select, or rather enter a Y on each payment that appears on the bank statement. So once our bank statement comes, if this payment was on there, we would enter a Y, press escape, and save that, exit. The outstanding payment report will show you all the outstanding payments. Selecting escape on that and viewing that will list the two payments that have not yet cleared the bank. So you can use this report while reconciling your bank statement. If you made a mistake in the payment reconciliation, you can go back in, do a find, enter your payment number, escape, and then select change. This is the payment that we previously flagged as Y. If that was incorrect, you would put it back to a no. Escape to save that. Now if we go back to the outstanding payment report, that payment will appear on there as being outstanding. This concludes the demonstration.